This is everything you need to know about Marvel Future Fight's August update in under 4 minutes, starting now. Right off the bat, we're gonna get 5 uniforms in the update along with a 6th uniform to come mid-month. 3 of these uniforms are going to be following the Armor 3099 theme, starting with Doctor Doom, who retains his place as a universal supervillain. His uniform is going to be a little more expensive than regular uniforms, given that on sale, the uniform will cost 1,500 crystals. Now, he gets a lot of buffs from this uniform, some of which seem to be very PvP based. For example, on his uniform effect, he gets decreased damage received from reflected attacks, reflective all attacks, as well as an additional buff when he gets his debuffs removed. Apart from that, he gets other buffs all around his kit, apart from his 3rd skill, which remains unchanged. Rescue and Hulkbuster will also be getting uniforms based on this Armor 3099 theme. These characters seem to be more support-based, based on what you can see from the changes that they're getting in these new uniforms. For example, Rescue is going to have an all-ally buff of 25% increase of recovery rate based on her uniform effect. With her leadership, she also creates a shield for allies, 50% of her own max HP. Apart from that, Rescue doesn't have a lot of text on her uniform. Hulkbuster also gets some support capabilities with his new uniforms, but seems to cater specifically to Iron Man. For example, when you look at his leadership, he gives Iron Man a 70% increase of all attacks, which is huge for him. That, coupled with his passive, which applies to technokinetic allies, which gives them 35% increase of max HP, makes it seem like the devs are intending for Hulkbuster to be paired with Iron Man in other content. The other 2 uniforms in this update are going to be following the Summer Days theme, with Silk and Quicksilver getting uniforms in this regard. Silk's uniform is going to be gated behind monetary spending, which means a lot of players who are not going to spend money on this update won't be able to get this uniform, which is kind of sad because this actually looks like a pretty good uniform for Silk. She looks like she'll be getting a lot of buffs, and this might be exactly the push that she needs to find a place in the meta. Quicksilver's uniform will be available for crystals, but unfortunately, you'll have to spend full price on this uniform in order to get it because there will be no discount for it. Yes, that's right, you have to spend 1,750 crystals to buy this uniform, which, in my opinion, is not a price anyone should ever have to pay in order to buy a uniform. This uniform looks like a pretty good buff for Quicksilver. How good it will be, it's too early to say right now. But if the previous Summer Days uniforms are anything to go by, this uniform will be pretty good. Doctor Doom will be getting a tier 3 skill as part of this update, and the most interesting part of this tier 3 skill looks to be that text on the bottom that says 100% increase of charge rate to accumulate true damage effect. Now, another character that has this text on their tier 3 skill is Sharon Rogers, which supposedly indicates that Doctor Doom's tier 3 skill and his 3rd skill will work the same way as Sharon Rogers' tier 3 skill and her 3rd skill, which, if that's any indication to go by, this tier 3 skill will be pretty strong. Rescue and Hulkbuster are going to be the Transcended characters this time around. Their Transcended skills look pretty similar. I don't really have much to say about them. Adam Warlock, Mantis, Singularity, Ultron, and Yondu will also be able to realize their potential after this update. Players will now be able to reforge their CTPs of authority also, and reforging their CTPs will give them decrease of damage received, as well as additional all attack and all defense buffs. There will also be some quality of life changes that will be introduced in this update. For example, for ISO 8 sets, an auto set change function has been added, so you'll be able to roll until you get the ISO 8 set that you want. They've changed the menu UI once again, which looks kind of weird in my opinion, but I guess we'll just have to get used to it. They also put a next reward option in dispatch missions, so you can just keep pressing it in order to get all the rewards from your dispatch missions. Why they didn't just put an acquire all button is beyond me, but whatever, this is what we got. And once again, we have no game mode updates. No new game modes have been added, no new game modes have been changed. We're just left to play with the new uniforms that we got. Yay. If you like this video, consider leaving the video a like, and if you like regular Marvel Future Fight updates, consider subscribing to the channel. I cover the updates as regularly as I can, whatever content appears in-game. And as always, thank you so much for watching.